In today's video, we're going to be taking a look here at these current conditions, diving into the upcoming pattern and severe weather that we have for multiple days. Let's just get straight into this video though, and first things first, we're taking a look at our current radar imagery, and as you can see, there is quite a bit going on. We have continuation of this showery activity here for the four corner states. We have in the plains some showers and thunderstorms going on along this cold front that looks about like this at this point. We have cold air pouring in right behind this, so we see cooler air coming in behind. We have our low up here. There is so much going on. We even have these tropical thunderstorms still ongoing for the Gulf and outside of the southeast at this point, so there is really just so much going on. Let's just zoom into some of these different regions. I guess we'll start down here in the west and the southwest here. We do have just these showers and thunderstorms going on. Even Nevada, Las Vegas area seeing some of these. And they are kind of generally moving pretty slowly northward, I would say, for the most part. We do see some westerly movement to some of these. Some of these south of Phoenix also look pretty bad. We'll take a look at that as well. Yeah, definitely looks like some thunderstorms and heavier showers there just to the west of Phoenix. Kind of southwest of Phoenix, actually. Now, as we take a look at areas southwest of Albuquerque, these did look pretty intense a little while ago, and they've kind of died down over the last few hours. It's mostly areas north of Albuquerque that have held on to some of these showers, but even those have dissipated quite a bit. As we take a look at southern Nevada, we can see north of Las Vegas, there is quite a bit of showers and thunderstorms ongoing at this point. Again, another area that doesn't typically see a ton of precipitation, so a little bit crazy to see there. We also see some of western Texas seeing some of these showers and thunderstorms at this point. Let's take a look here at kind of the plains where we have a lot of these showers and thunderstorms ongoing for South Dakota, southward through Nebraska, and even down into Kansas. Obviously, where we see the greens, it's going to be a little bit lighter. And where we see the yellows and oranges popping up, that's where we're going to have some heavier showers ongoing at this point. So that is the look as of now. As we take a look a little bit further eastward here, we can see along this cold front, we have some thunderstorms and showers ongoing for Missouri, Kentucky, maybe even southern Illinois into Tennessee. So these are ongoing at this point. And then as we look up the northeast and kind of up the east coast, we can see that this cold front is really bringing some impacts to these regions where thunderstorms are developing very quickly. And we're going to see this reach all the way to the eastern seaboard here, mostly for the mid-Atlantic up through the northeast. The southeast might see some impacts down here, but not quite nearly as bad as what we're expecting up northward here in New England, the mid-Atlantic areas like that. Now we can see still we have a lot of these tropical thunderstorms ongoing for the Gulf and the southeast coast. Again, this is a daily occurrence, and any of these coastlines anywhere in here is always kind of at risk of getting some of these. So if you're anywhere in that circle, there's always kind of a chance that you'll get some isolated thunderstorms from this flow of tropical thunderstorms that happens during the summertime. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move on. We're going to take this information and move on and take a look at the upcoming pattern as well as the upcoming severe weather. Now here we are taking a look at the upcoming pattern. We can see by this afternoon, we see this cold front. Well, first off, the low is about like this, and then our cold front is looking pretty much like this. So we again have cold air diving in behind, and that's just the look that we have right now. This is cold front 1 of 2. We have a lot of warmer air heading along this again. That's going to create for a pretty interesting situation. By tomorrow afternoon, we can see the tail end of this cold front is still around for these areas, so that's going to bring some stormy conditions in there. We see our next low already setting up here with another cold front, so that's going to be another interesting situation as we move on towards later this week. We can see that there are still some thunderstorms and showers in here, but here's this low and here's this cold front starting to really get going. By the time we reach Thursday, it really becomes pretty defined in here. So we see more storminess along this, definitely more cold air pouring in behind this, so just like this advancing. And then by the time we reach Friday, look at how evident this is. I mean, look at that cold front stretching all the way across the plains and even up to the Rockies. We're going to have much cooler air for these regions with back-to-back cold fronts and definitely back-to-back stormy conditions for all of the areas east of the Rockies, it appears. Now, for about the afternoon of Saturday, the 30th, we see this begins to stall out. So it hasn't moved that much. And what we're going to see between Saturday and Sunday is that it's going to begin to move northward. It's going to start moving further north, and then we see it's basically a warm front at this point because these areas are cooler now, and this warm air down here is now advancing to the north. So it's going to basically change courses, change characteristics, and become almost like a warm front here, which is going to be a very interesting thing to see this really just turn around without even breaking up. Now by Monday the 1st, we see still some stormy conditions with this frontal boundary in the mid-Atlantic and the southeast as well as some of the Ohio Valley. That's August 1st. Tuesday, August 2nd, we really see things get a little bit quieter. We do have some showers and thunderstorms around, but things are getting a little bit quieter. And even by the 3rd, it's kind of the same story. We have some scattered about activity, but really outside of that, not much going on. And definitely nothing in the tropics, which is very interesting. Obviously, heading into August, that's when you expect things to really be picking up. And at this point, it looks like things will not be picking up over the coming days for the most part. Only time we'll be able to tell if we start to see some probabilities of things happening after that point. But as of now, we have nothing to look towards in the tropical department. So it's going to be interesting. It will pick up eventually, but it kind of remains unknown when that will be at this point. Now, for the total precipitation through the next 10 days, no surprise here that massive amounts are expected where both of those cold fronts head towards, plus the one turns around and lasts longer because of that. If you're anywhere in the whites, we're expecting practically no precipitation. Your grays will be about 1/10 of an inch or less of precipitation. Your greens will be 1/10 of an inch to 1/2 an inch. Your blues will be 1/2 an inch to 1 inch. Your yellows will be 1 inch to 2 inches. Your reds will be 2 to 5 inches. And then your browns will be 5 to 10 inches. We see a lot of that for Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, Virginia there, and even up into Oklahoma, or better yet, not Oklahoma, West Virginia as well. We do see some for Kansas and Colorado, though, which is pretty close to Oklahoma. So we're seeing plenty of these browns indicating 5 to 10 inches of precipitation over the next 10 days, which basically means 1/2 an inch to 1 inch on average per day over the next 10 days, which is obviously a very large amount for that extended period of time. So we're going to be really, really watching for those things. Now what we're going to do here is move on and take a look at that temperature pattern. Here's the day one temperatures that we kind of expect for today. We see cooler temperatures all through here where that cold front's already impacting. We see warmer temperatures expected for the northeast, down through the south central, and then out west we see warmer temperatures as well. We'll be primarily focusing on the colder areas. So we see this area here with the cold front. We still see warm underneath though, and still warm to the west. Now, as we move on towards about Wednesday, July 27th, we see cooler to neutral temperatures here for the northeast over through the Ohio Valley, Great Lakes, and northern plains. Still warm underneath, still warm to the west. We'll see if that changes at any point here. Let's keep going with this, and by the time we reach Thursday the 28th, this is when that second cold front is going to come through with that 1-2 punch. This will be the second of those 2 punches. And then by Friday, we see the 29th here. Really cold air mass here setting up over the north central, the central, and kind of like the Ohio Valley and Great Lakes here. We see plenty of cooler temperatures compared to normal. Won't necessarily be cold, obviously. It is still July, so it's not going to be 30 degrees or anything, but it could be 10 to 15 degrees below what you're typically used to. So a lot of 70s are going to be possible in here. We see that for July 30th, this starts to move further eastward. That'll be Saturday here. So we see heading further eastward and further southward. And then by the time we take a look at Sunday the 31st, what we see here is warmer temperatures developing to the north, warmer temperatures still to the south, and this is going to get choked out, basically, is what we're going to see happen. Monday, August 1st, we see a little bit of cooler conditions in here, but look at how much is building into the warmth, or how much warmth is building into the north, and then how much is building into the south. It is squeezing this out and choking it out. And by Tuesday the 2nd, I mean, look at this, just a little bit of blues left over. And then by the 3rd, I mean, does this even count as below normal temperatures? There's like hardly any light blues. That's where we end things off though, but clearly this cold is going to die out because the warmth is going to win that battle. It's going to stick around for a while, but it will eventually lose out. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move on and we're going to take a look at that severe weather. Now here's the day one categorical outlook. Now, if you're anywhere in the lighter greens here, this is for today, by the way, Monday, July 25th. If you're anywhere in the lighter greens, we expect general thunderstorms, so no severe weather is expected necessarily. but anything is possible, so heed every watch, warning, and advisory. We have 2 darker green regions going on here, and in both of those areas, that's where we expect isolated severe weather to be possible in those marginal risk areas. And then we see the yellow area for the Mid-Atlantic all the way up through New England. That is our slight risk region where we expect scattered severe weather to be possible there. Now for day 2 here, this is going to be for Tuesday, July 26th. We have one or better yet, we actually have 2 general thunderstorm risk areas in here, one for California and Nevada, and then one for everywhere else. That is where we expect general thunderstorms, but anything is possible, so continue to heed every watch, warning, and advisory. We also have the 2 darker green regions there, one just east of the Rockies, and then one for kind of the southeast / Ohio Valley region there. That is where we have marginal risks of severe weather, where we expect isolated severe weather to take place. Now for day 3 here, which will be for Wednesday, July 27th, we have again 2 general thunderstorm risk areas where we expect again general thunderstorms. Anything is possible though, so heed every watch, warning, and advisory. We even have the 2 darker green regions once again where we have a marginal risk and where we expect isolated severe weather to take place. Anyway, for today's confidence stab, we're at a 4 out of 6. I really feel like I really feel like we're waiting till that next tropical system. At this point, I feel moderately confident because we're talking about just everything in general. So it's kind of just a long-range 10-day outlook that we've been going over for quite a while until we have anything major to take a look at. These cold fronts will be really, really impactful, but nothing like a tropical system would be, obviously. So that's why we're at a 4 out of 6. For today's Patron Highlight of the day, I want to thank you all for supporting the channel, but especially our Platinum patrons, Bill Crates, James Wade, Dova Nagel, Little the Pan, Mandy Birchfield, Patrick Strickland, Dave Scott, and Donna Carnes as well. I would also thank our Diamond patrons, Bill Roberts, Marcus Connolly, Noah Harley, Michael Kudalessa, Catbite, Charles Stinnett, Bill Dallas, Garys, and John Calisi also. I'd also thank our channel members, Catbite, Stephen Finn, and Jeremy Cox as well. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more weather-related content. I'll see you guys in the next video.